Okay, this is Blaze from the Arts, Culture, and Us. And as many of you know, I also have a show called Unified Fathers for Life. And we're here today at one of our events, one of our annual events. This is the second annual event of Festival on Fifth Street. And this year we have community health and awareness. And we also have skateboards. And one of the things we have, which is fantastic, and this gentleman's going to tell us about, is what is this we have back here?
What you have behind here is a fire engine from 1902. And it's made by the American Fire Engine Company. And this fire engine that we're pulling out of the fire station today was in service in Reno. And it was lovingly restored by Mr. Dave Hubert, who's behind us here. And he is part of the California State Firemen's Association. And he travels all over the state with this steam engine and a team of horses representing the fire service. And today he's come out here to help put a new roof on Station 23 to preserve it for future generations.
That was a great answer, but this time let me start off with what's your name again?
Yeah, my name is Paul Schneider. I'm a captain on the LA County Fire Department, and I'm also a vice president of our fire museum.
You know, I understand that this might be the first time in a long time that one of these has come out of here. How long?
Yeah, well, this fire station was opened in 1910, and it had horses, and the horses made their last run out of this station in April of 1921.
1921?
And the station was closed in 1961, so the station's been basically dormant as far as the fire department is concerned since 1961 for 45 years. But it's been a very busy place. As Daniel, the caretaker, could tell you, it's been featured in many a movie. And in fact, there was a fire department movie filmed down in the downtown area back in the 70s, and they actually used this station.
So here we are. Paul was telling some interesting things. First of all, let's just say this is Daniel Teller.
Hello.
Daniel, tell us a little bit about who you are and what this event is today.
I'm Executive Director of Corporation for History, Art, and Culture, and this event is to celebrate the community, the emerging loft community, and the emerging recovery community here in downtown Los Angeles.
Okay. And Paul, tell us who this gentleman is also and about the rest of your family.
This is my bigger and older brother. This is my brother Howard. He's a Torrance fireman.
Hi, how are you?
And he and I work quite a bit together working on restoring the old fire engines for events like this.
Now, you told us something interesting about this building that even Daniel may not know. Tell us about the controversy.
Well, back in the day when this building was built, it was extremely expensive. I remember it was like $50,000 or $60,000 to build the structure, and back in 1910, that was an enormous amount of money. So back then, the news was just going after the fire department and going after the city for spending so much money on a building like this. And they did a wonderful job, and that's what's so wonderful about the station today. It's full of all sorts of Italian tile and marble and Peruvian hardwoods, and the station's actually, if you go through it, it's an architectural wonder.
See, that's one of the primary reasons, I believe, why you're trying to keep it alive.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, because it's a valuable resource and it's a jewel here in downtown area, and also because we want to create a cultural center here so that the community can have a way to come together and experience each other's ideas and produce stuff that's unique to this community for the public to view and to appreciate.
Okay, we're just about done. And when was the last time a horse-driven, what do you call this apparatus?
That's called a steam pumper, but back in the, you would also just call it a fire engine or an engine. But the last time they had a horse-drawn alarm out of this station was in April of 1921.
Sir, do you know anything about this?
I certainly do. I know that this is a piece of history right now in the making today.
So it deserves to be renovated. And
yes,
changed.
it does. We have a tendency to throw away our history. Here's a chance to preserve it.
Thank you very much. And your name?
I'm Howard Schneider.
Okay, Howard, I want to thank you. Paul, I want to thank you. Daniel, appreciate your time. And the next scene we'll see will be the horses coming out. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
Well, hello up there. This is Blaze from the Arts, Culture, and Us, and the steam engine is about to take off, and we're just going to have the gentleman up here tell us a little bit about what they're doing.
My name is George Liblin, L-I-B-L-I-N, and we have a carriage company, and I was asked to pull this steamer some time ago, and I've made quite a few pulls with it, and it's really a pleasure to be up here pulling this steamer. It's just something different. It makes you feel good. This gentleman here is
Ron Newport. I'm a retired Orange County Fire Captain. I've been retired for 3 years. I've been on the steamer team for about 6 years.
Well, I know you guys you don't really use that whip, do you?
No, the whip is just pop sometimes. The sound of the whip is something that keeps the horse's attention. You know, if he's doing something wrong, just pop the whip and you holler his name, and he'll sure come to attention. No, we never whip a horse.
All right, gentlemen, I want to thank you very much. I'm going to step out here, and I can catch you when you come out in a minute or two. Thank you, and I appreciate it. Perfect. Well, here we are again. This is Blaze from the Arts, Culture, and Us, and we're standing in front of a fire station, our Engine 23, and we're getting ready to do something very historic. But I have Captain Brett Burton here, so I'm going to let him tell us a little bit about what he's doing here and what this day means.
Thanks, Blaze. Actually, we're here representing the African American Firefighting Museum. This is our second year being a part of this program, and we're here to promote the museum and the rich history of African Americans in the fire service. Our history goes back to the 1880s in Los Angeles, and black firefighters, unfortunately, were segregated starting in 1902 all the way up until 1955. And then at that time period, they were integrated into fire stations, and they caught a lot of hell, so to speak, in these stations, just trying to prove that they were equal enough to work on the job. So the museum is a testament to what these gentlemen have achieved in spite of the hostilities and the racial bigotry they had to face. Our museum is probably the newest institution of culturalism in Los Angeles. We are 9 years young, and we are a historical landmark in the city of Los Angeles. We're at 14th and Central. 1401 Central Avenue is the exact address. We're open every Tuesday and Thursday from 10 to 2, and every Sunday from 1 to 4. Our historian, Mr. Arnett Hartsfield, who you know very well, is our griot. He's there every time that we're open telling the story of what he has lived. And he was a firefighter in Los Angeles from 1940 to 1961. He went through the integration struggle. And he's also one of the original founders of the Stentorian organization, which are the eternal sponsors of the museum. So we're here today to support the event, support the culturalism here on 5th Street, and to promote the museum and just share with others about the history of our African-American firefighters.
Well, I just want to point out to people that Mr. Arnett, the rookie Hartsfield, is what I consider to be living history. And he's 88 years old, and he'll be there for those 10 hours a week to answer all your questions, not just about the fire station, but about life as it happened in America from the 30s to now. So once again, we want to commend what you're doing here today, Captain Brett Burton, and thank you very much for this interview.
Very welcome.
All right, and we look forward to seeing you next year.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Hey, this is Blaze once again with the Arts, Culture, and Us, and we're here still at Engine 23 here on 5th Street between Los Angeles and Maple for the yearly event, second annual event. And I have a very special person here, Pamela, a documentary person that has all the right equipment. So you know she's a winner. You know a professional by their tools. So Pamela, tell us a little bit about what you're doing here and what you have been doing downtown.
Well, thank you, Blaze. First of all, I am blessed and honored to be a Skid Rowian. I have been for the last 8 months on Skid Row shooting my documentary, my first feature-length documentary called The Light in Darkness. And you know, Skid Row is considered one of the darkest places on earth. But when I entered Skid Row 8 months ago, I was welcomed in. And I hear that doesn't happen very often, but I was shown a different side of Skid Row, a side that you would not see on the news and not even recorded in newspapers, the creative entity of Skid Row that is alive and well. And I'm so blessed to be able to say that I've captured some of that light.
Tell us a little bit about that light.
Well, the light is anything that happens to shine or happens to illuminate in the dark. And the darkness is considered in my documentary the metaphor, because light illuminates in darkness, but sometimes darkness allows you to get very quiet and very centered. A lot of creativity is done in the dark. Pictures are developed in the dark. Babies are born in the darkened womb. So I've taken light and darkness in a metaphor and turned it to the creative entity of Skid Row. The artists, the poets, the singers, the dancers. You're going to see recognizable faces that used to, I guess some would consider them has-beens, throwbacks. I consider them rising stars and phoenix risings. So we have assembled a tight-knit of creative people together and let them unleash their talents. And the reason why I'm actually on Skid Row today is Daniel, who is the caretaker of the firehouse, has let me be a part of his firehouse from the beginning. As a way station, as a rest station. I even put my 50th birthday on.
I was at the party.
Yes, he allowed me to assemble.
But I didn't believe then you're 50, I don't now.
Well, I figure, you know, you say
Go ahead.
you say you're 50, you get a lot of love. But no, I am 50, and I'm proud to say it. And thank you. My mother has great genes, and I'm just glad to be alive and well. But we were on this rooftop for my 50th birthday with the principals in the documentary and invited guests like yourself, celebrating the light. And there is so much light. They might be down on their luck, they might have issues, but don't we all? And God says, you never lose any of your light by shining your light or lighting a candle. So if you have the light and someone else is in darkness, you need to reach over, strike a match, and bring them to the light. And so that's why I entitled it The Light in Darkness.
I thought you said you weren't prepared.
Well, you know.
No, I just want to tell people that when working on a documentary, it's like every day you do hours and hours and hours of running it over and over. You begin to know people better than you would. At least I do. When I'm editing, it's amazing. I really get into people when they were there when I'm filming. I didn't notice them. You know, it's like a baby, giving birth to a baby.
It really is. There's been a lot of separation anxiety. I finished pretty much of all of my principal photography a month ago. Now I'm doing pickups as well as editing. But, you know, I have met so many great friends that it's really hard to say goodbye. So sometimes I just come down to karaoke. I can't help myself. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I need a fix. And it ain't a drug fix. It's just the fix of beautiful, illuminating people. And I'm from Los Angeles. Born and raised. I knew nothing of this area. And yes, there is a lot of other entities here, but you know what? I'll leave that for the news and for the media. I'm focused on the light.
And tell us a little bit about what you think about this particular event today.
Well,
you've been filming. What did you see?
Being a lover of horses all my life. Matter of fact, my mom, raised in the country, Navasota, Texas, would take us to the country, and I can ride a horse without a saddle. I grew up on horses. So to see these gorgeous, beautiful horses, it's a delight. I'm having a ball. I'm a little kid.
Well, I want to thank you very much, Pamela. I mean, I see you filming and all, but you know, we're part of this also, so I wanted to get your take, and I knew you had a personal association with this building being renovated and brought into the 21st century in a new capacity.
It's historical and it is architectural. I've been all through it, and I am here to tell anybody, whatever it takes, write a check, restore this, because it is history, and it's right in an area that needs as much positive press as possible. So to have this amount of people come out and give love to a neighborhood that is disenfranchised, I say I'm all for it, and thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Pamela. Bye. Blaze out.
All right, so hi, I'm Heidi with the Skate Park Association. We're a national nonprofit, and we're here in Los Angeles for Daniel Taylor's Community Unity event. And we have Mike Kelly over here, brought down this great mini ramp. Belongs to Mike Crum, who's a big pro skateboarder, rides with the X Games and everything. And the mini ramp, if we go this way, is here. This is Hannah.
Hello.
How old are you?
I'm 14.
How long you been skating? How long you?
4 years.
And Hannah's on our team. Right now, the big claim to fame for me when I brag about her, she did a 720, right, at Vans on the street course and landed it. She's an amazing ramp rider. And
I'm not. No, I'm just playing.
yeah, and she rides vert and bowls and street and everything. She's awesome. And she's going to ride here in a minute and do a demo. This is William. This is William Arnold. He's from Gilbert Lindsay Skate Park in South Central. He's also an amazing skateboarder on our Grom team. How old are you, William?
13, gonna be 14
How
on
long
the
you been riding?
25th. About 5 years now.
Yeah, and were you up in Big Bear on Monday to help the kids up there get a skate park?
Yeah,
And you went to the city council meeting?
yeah,
And did you speak there?
yeah,
Yeah. So, and
Do you ride with your music?
yeah,
are you
Part
listening?
of your thing?
yeah. I'm listening to it, but I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So you keep the rhythm going.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just part of your style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. What are you listening to? What are you bumping?
Akon. Slim Shady and Akon. Eminem and Akon.
So tell us, why do you like this skateboarding thing? What's it about it that you like?
It keeps you off the streets and from doing bad and drugs. And it's a sport, and you can love it.
So how many hours a day does the person have to practice?
How long they want. It depends, like, what are you trying to do?
Well, tell us your secret. What are you trying to do?
How many hours a day are you on your board?
A lot of hours.
He lives on his board. I know that. That's why he's on the team.
Take it to the bathroom with you?
No, yeah, sometimes.
You do.
Yeah, but when I'm at home, I leave it on the floor.
So what did you want to eventually do in this sport?
Have fun and skate. Have fun and skate, and if something happens, then it happens.
And William also wins a lot of contests too.
Yeah, whoa. Yeah.
And
See you later.
you're off?
Yeah, I'm on skate.
Thank you very much.
All right, we got
The person we're interviewing, what was his name?
William.
Huh?
William, right
William.
there. Yeah.
He said it helps keep them off the street. Now I hear you mention something about Jordan Down. So
Yeah.
tell me a little, I mean, is there a reason you're trying to reach certain kids to bring them out of the street, or
Well,
is that coincidence?
No, I mean, the skating is a great way to keep kids busy and off the street and out of trouble and out of gangs and off drugs. The kids that actually make it onto our team are kids that are so passionate about it. They're not. This is what they're going to do. They're going to be skateboarders. Those are the kids that make it onto our team. But definitely, I mean, our team is awesome. It inspires so many other kids to ride. The little blonde-haired kid you see sitting down there, that's Hayden. His dad was one of the second-generation Sea-Boys in Venice. Hayden comes up from Venice, and he's incredible. He's really a vert rider, and he can do Miller flips on the ramp and everything. But he's just learning to skate street, and he's only 11. And he's an amazing skater. Miller flips, yeah. And I don't think he can do it on this ramp. I don't think it's big enough. He does it on our ramp, but he's quite a good skater. My ramp is much bigger. It's it's taller, and then it has 2 9-foot extensions on it, one with pool coping. And so it's a lot, and it's a permanent one. This is a really good ramp for portable. Oh, it's at Venice and Lincoln. At the Venice United Methodist Church. They let us put our ramp there and have our program there. So, yeah, and it's a great area. We get all the Dogtown guys there, all the Z-Boy guys there. A lot of the legends ride there, the pros. It's good. There's another group here today I want you to meet, and that's Bam Bam, and she runs the Wicked Wahine, which is the girls skateboarding. And let me look and see. Well, I'm not seeing her right now, but this fellow up here with the red hair, that's her husband, that's Todd. And he's an amazing skater, and he writes for magazines and photographs stuff, and he's a great guy. And this is what's... And this, might be fun to talk to Mike Kelly for a minute. Mike? Sure. Give us a little history on you.
I am 37 years old and skating about 30 years myself. Been ramp building for about 6 or 7 of them, and it's a wonderful life. I used to skate sponsored, and I didn't really know where I was going to go from there. And then I got into building ramps, and from there it's just been glory days. I love watching the little kids like this. Enjoy things that I build. I travel around the world and build all kinds of different skate parks and different bowls, and it's just a lot of fun. From from the East Coast to the West Coast. From down south up north and everywhere in between. We've got skate parks in Florida, Georgia. Anywhere and anywhere you could possibly imagine. It's just it's a lot of fun. Everywhere you go, you get to meet somebody new, and that's one great thing about skateboarding is even if I wasn't building skate parks, if I'm at a skate park, you go into any city or town or any place, and you just hook up with somebody, and you meet a skateboarder, they'll bring you to one of their local spots, and you make friends all the time. It's a way of life for most people, you know, who really enjoy what they do. Then you can kind of see, come on in here. You can kind of see it in their eyes. You know, you can see some people they do it for, I think, you know, some of the wrong reasons, and that's what I try to teach the younger kids, to not really worry about being sponsored and not really worried about, you know, getting, you know, all the glory. Just, you know, have fun. That's all that really matters. It's just, if you have fun, you're going to last a long time.
Now that's Rowdy, and he skates out of our Inglewood team, Team Took, and he's on our team. He's, I think he just turned 15. This is Andrew. He's been on my team for about 7 years.
The guy with the hat on?
The guy with the hat. He's just an incredible skateboarder. He's
7 years?
Yeah. He's 20. I met him when we did one of our first demos at the Jordan Downs Housing Project, and he was 17 and he won it. Won the contest hands down. He's an amazing skater, and he's just only ever got better. He's incredible. As you can see, I'm Heidi with the Skate Park Association. We're down here at the Community Unity Festival on Skid Row on 5th Avenue with Daniel, well, it's Daniel Taylor's event. And I'm here with Andrew Caro, one of our very first team riders, an amazing skateboarder. And Andrew, where did I meet you?
Wow, the Jordan Down in Watts, actually, like 7 years ago.
And 7 years ago. Yeah. And you've been skating pretty much every day?
Yeah, I try every day, but you know, every day you can't do it every day, but every day I try to every day. Yeah, but I try to skate though, like every day.
Yeah. You know, we were talking to William earlier, and he was saying how skateboarding kind of keeps him out of trouble and off the street. Has it had that effect on you?
Yeah, definitely. Like ever since I started, pretty much like only skateboarding has become like the one main thing instead of being in a gang bang or being in, you know, just getting out of trouble. It's pretty much it. Like skating, that's what it does.
And you rather skate than drink and do drugs?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'll party though, but no drink, no nothing.
Yeah.
And safety, you gotta have your helmets, elbow pads, knee pads if you're gonna skate a ramp. Because right there, you don't know when you're gonna fall. You just fall, like out of nowhere. You just fall. In street, yeah, you will fall, like that.
Yeah, like if you see how he falls and he goes onto his knees, that's because he's a vert rider and a pool rider. We got stuck. You want to hear what we don't like about safety? The thing that we have here in California, which is specific to California, the skateboard industry pushed through a bill requiring helmets and pads and mandatory ticketing and arresting if you don't have them on. So in the state of California, we have more kids going to jail and getting tickets and probation and warrants out for their arrest for not wearing helmets and pads. It isn't happening in other states, and it's not happening anywhere else in the world. It's a completely skewed view of safety.
They take you to jail and give you tickets for skateboarding without a helmet?
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, thank you. Good to meet you.
Thank you.
Okay, Andrew
Blaze.
Taylor.
Your name?
Oh, my name is Andrew Carroll, 24, and skateboarding for a while now.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I'm Heidi Lemon with the Skate Park Association.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thanks.
Blaze
All right.
out.
I'm Barbara Hubert, and I tell everybody I'm the Dalmatians mom. Anyway, I have the privilege that my husband restored a 1902 antique steam fire engine about 10 years ago, and ever since we have been on the road representing California State Firefighters Association, and we do public events, public service events, parades, community events, and today we're honoring the folks from LA who are going to be restoring this magnificent fire station. So what we thought we'd do is bring the horse-drawn steam fire engine out of the station just as it would have done over 100 years ago. This is a 104-year-old engine that we restored, and it was always run by a 3-horse hitch. There's a lot of training involved in what we have here today, like the 3-horse hitch. Now this is the traditional fire hitch, and the reason there are 3 horses to it is because the fire engine weighs about 5 tons, so almost 10,000 pounds. So it always requires a draft horse hitch because any other horses wouldn't be big enough and they wouldn't be robust enough to pull the engine. In the olden days, about 100 years ago, what would happen is the horses in the fire station, they were all completely trained. And when the bell would go off, they actually would back up into the harness. The harness would drop down from the ceiling, and they'd harness them all up quickly, and so the steamer could get to the fire as fast as possible.
And so now, I noticed you guys have a Dalmatian. Tell us about the connection of the Dalmatian with the horse-driven engines.
Okay, well, Dalmatians go way back in history. They've always been known as carriage dogs. Their carriage dogs are absolutely outstanding with horses. For multiple reasons. They were initially used back in England in the 1700s, and the fire department equipment, of course, was all horse-drawn, so it decided to adopt the dog that was the best with the horse teams. Now, one reason the Dalmatians were adopted is they can run very, very fast along with the carriages. The second reason is they're very good protectors of the horses. And when you get to the fire scene, as many of us know, horses get frightened of fire. So the firefighters would unhitch the horses and pull the horse team away from the fire, and the Dalmatian dog would stay with the horses and protect them.
Now, let me ask you, as you understand, Daniel Taylor and his organization, History Culture, they want to convert this old precious building into something for a modern day 21st century.
Right.
And you are contributing doing that today. What do you think about that idea, this prestigious building?
Well, first of all, we're honored to be here to contribute to something that's this worthwhile. But what's really important is also not only helping others out, but being able to restore, to keep, to preserve something with the history that this station has is just fantastic. We're completely supportive of it, and we're going to do all we can to help them out.
Well, this was a great interview, Barbara. And your last name again?
My pleasure, Hubert.
Hubert.
Yeah,
and your husband's
My
name?
husband is Dave Hubert, and he
And
restored the fire station.
California Fire Station.
Right. Well, what it is the California State Firefighters Association, and that represents 60,000 firefighters in the state of California. And they sponsor us. The steamer is ours, and we restored it, and we keep it at our home. But we go in their name to local community events or statewide to community events.
You must go to a lot of nice events and meet a lot of nice people.
We do.
Hopefully like myself.
I was going to say, and I'm meeting one right now.
Thanks
you very
a lot.
much.
Blaze out.
Are we calling?